Now it's raining. What the heck? Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Wow, that was the lamest intro I think I've ever done. So the new iPad Pro has the M1 chip. It has mini LED displays with like Pro Display XDR capabilities. And it's got a Thunderbolt port. But which one should you get? Should you even upgrade to one? Which model should you get? What specs should you get? What configuration should you get? What should you do? Loud noises! But chill, your boy's got you covered. I'm gonna tell you guys what configurations to get depending on what your use case is and what configurations I'm gonna be getting personally. All I ask in return, just a simple little ask. Sub to the channel, like this video, share it with your friends and family, and we're gonna call it even. All right, let's go. Okay, so the first question we're gonna ask ourselves is, do we even need the brand new iPad Pro? Because if the first three items I mentioned at the start of this video, the M1 chip, the Thunderbolt port, and the mini LED display, if those don't matter to you, or worse, if you have no idea what those are, you don't need the new iPad Pro. Just stick with your older iPad Pro if you already have one, or just pick up like an iPad Air, or worst case scenario, if you need something with a Pro in the name, then just go pick up the 2018 iPad Pro. You don't need the latest one. The only reason you should be picking up the latest iPad Pro is one of those three items I mentioned, or certain different other changes such as the camera, which... Man, the last time I hated on people taking photos with their iPad, dude, I got so much slack in the comments. People were like, oh, what's wrong with if I take photos with my iPad? So the second question that you gotta ask yourself is, which size do I wanna get? So here's the thing. We're gonna basically just be working our way down on the Apple website. So like, the first item is the size. So we gotta decide, are we getting the 11-inch or the 12.9-inch? Now, here's my experience so far. After 2 generations of having the 12.9-inch, I was actually really looking forward to going towards the 11-inch because I currently have the iPad Air, and I absolutely love the convenience, the portability factor of it. But what you gonna do? Apple again brought a differentiation between the 11-inch and the 12.9-inch, and you know, the 12.9-inch is the only model that is getting that Pro Display XDR treatment. So as such, I will probably have to opt for the 12.9-inch again. And you know what? The display on this iPad, the 12.9-inch, is apparently supposed to be even better than the Pro Display XDR, like the $6,000 screen that Apple sells, because it's supposed to have fewer ghosting issues. But what I'm curious to know is there going to be an actual noticeable difference, like when you look at it side by side? The next item is pretty quick. It's the color. I think I'll be going with the black one as usual, but the white one could look pretty cool, especially if you're going for that new white keyboard. Okay, question number 3. How much RAM should you get? Not a lot of people may know this, but the 128, 256, and 512 GB only have 8 GB RAM, but the 1 terabyte and 2 terabyte versions have 16 GB RAM. But my question to you is, do we even need that much RAM? Do we need 16 GB RAM on an iPad? Because you are paying quite a bit for storage if you want 16 GB RAM. Like just going to that 1 terabyte version, you're paying about $1,500 or $1,800 if you go for the 12.9-inch iPad for 1 terabyte and 16 GB RAM. Holy that is a lot of money. Keep in mind, you still haven't bought the keyboard. That's gonna be another like $350 or something like that. And for context, the older iPad Pros only had 6 GB RAM. So you're already getting a 2 GB upgrade on your RAM by getting the latest iPad Pro. And to be quite honest, the 6 GB RAM on the older iPad Pros, man, they were ripping. So my opinion is, for the vast majority of people, I think 8 GB RAM is plenty. Now, the only place where I see the 16 GB RAM coming in handy is when the Pro apps, and I'm pretty confident they're coming, like Final Cut Pro, Logic Pro, and stuff like that. When they come to the iPad, let's say WWDC in another month or so, if they come to the iPad, then I can see a world where the 16 GB RAM would be nice to have. But for everybody else out there, even people who have replaced their laptops with the iPad, but don't have like such, you know, requirements of Pro apps like Final Cut Pro and all of that stuff, get the 8 GB, save your money. You can spend that on the keyboard or something else, or spend it on some of my affiliate links in the description down below. Yeah, there are a couple. Okay, so that's settled. Let's talk about storage. Okay, in terms of storage, the thing is, in today's day and age where, you know, we're using a lot of Google Drive and iCloud and everything like that, 128 GB is technically enough. However, to be safe, I think maybe ponying up that extra $100 to get the 256 GB model, especially if you're going to be doing pro work on this or using this as like your full-time machine where you're taking it to school and downloading a whole bunch of files and apps and games and all that stuff. I don't think you need the 512 GB or the 1 terabyte or the 2 terabyte. I think those are like really powerful use cases, and unless you are specific people that need that much storage and need that extra RAM like we discussed earlier, then you already know who you are, and you're probably not watching this video trying to figure out how much storage to get. All right, next up is cellular and Wi-Fi. Should you opt for the cellular option or should you just stick with the Wi-Fi? Honestly, I don't even know why this is a question in 2020. I think the vast majority of the people should stick with the Wi-Fi option. I don't think you need the cellular. If you need the cellular, then again, you already know who you are. You're somebody who is constantly on the go, who may not be able to rely on their phone to tether. Usually they charge $150 for the cellular model. This year they're charging $200 more, which is a bad apple. I love Brian Tong. My personal take is I've never bought a cellular iPad. I've always done with the Wi-Fi one because you can very easily just directly connect to your iPhone's Wi-Fi connection, which will automatically give you 5G if you have the latest iPhone 12. Those are the 5 considerations I wanted to talk to you guys about. Hopefully those helped. But you know what? Just because you guys have stuck around till the end and I'm feeling generous today, I'm gonna give you a 6th tip. That's right. Today only. Keep in mind that now we have the Thunderbolt port, which means you can do a heck of a lot more with your port than you could in the last gen USB-C ports. So for example, you can get Thunderbolt SSDs, although I still pretty much just always use like the T7, it's plugged in right now. The Samsung T7 drives, they're just USB-C drives, but they're more than enough for like video editing off of or doing anything. But if you wanted to, if you have a Thunderbolt drive SSD, then you can use that with the iPad. You can also get an upgraded Thunderbolt compatible dock so that you can do a lot more with your ports. And also, if you're gonna do either of those, make sure you have Thunderbolt supported cables and you're not just using USB-C cables, because then it's pointless because you're just going to be inhibited by the power of the cable. So in any case, I'm going to drop some links in the description down below for some of these items. If you're interested, you could go check them out. All in all, I just want to conclude by saying, if you're just looking for an iPad in order for you to browse the internet, content consumption, some doodling, and just some basic usage here and there to just have something on the go with you, do yourself a favor and just pick up an iPad Air or an older gen iPad Pro or something like that. You don't really need the latest iPad Pro. And also, if you have any specific use cases and you have questions about which one you think you should pick up, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. I'd be more than happy to kind of just read through your specific case and see what I think might work best for you. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this video and you found this video beneficial. Me personally, I'm going to be picking up the 12.9-inch iPad Pro 256 GB with the white Magic Keyboard Wi-Fi model. I think I covered all the items. If you like this video, then please go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to show me some love, then please go ahead and smash that subscribe button, give it a nice beating. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Take care, stay blessed. Peace.